probably to me the biggest game of the early window, one of the two big games, Cincinnati, Indiana. Number 8 Cincinnati going to Indiana. We've talked about this. Everyone has talked about this. Cincinnati playing Indiana and Notre Dame this year. Potentially the Group of Five's best chance to sneak into a 14 playoff. And this needed to happen for Cincinnati. We both picked them in our locks of the week at -3.5, I believe, and they did beat Indiana by 14. But this game was a lot closer than that for most of the game, I would say.
I for sure. I for most of the game, this score is very misleading. There was some late kind of garbage time touchdowns a little bit for Cincinnati. Indiana led the majority of this game. Really physically manhandled them in the first half, and maybe we can get into this just a little bit later too. But this game turned on one play, and it was the targeting play when the middle
Yes.
linebacker, I believe his name was McFadden, in the second quarter, was a targeting call. It would have been a 3 and out for Indiana. Gets called for targeting, and that really just gave Cincinnati life. And it was a different Cincinnati team after that. And Indiana's defense was not nearly as good after that. So it, just for that was the play of the game. Like the game hinged on that play, and it was tough to see. I think maybe from I'm a neutral. I don't. Yeah, I mean, kind of a neutral perspective. But you saw Indiana was clearly the better team up to that, and then to kind of lose their main guy on defense, kind of the heart and soul kind of their defense, and they weren't the same after. And I think it. I don't know. It's sad to see, and we can get into it. I know everyone hates the targeting call, and everyone is going to be targeting in general is not well looked on. It's having a rough year. Targeting is having a rough year, but it's too much. I think for one play like that to define so much, it felt unfair to Indiana. I think.
Yeah, obviously at this point it almost feels like piling on, just because everyone has been commenting on targeting. It seems like it was kind of a theme today. If you're on Twitter at all, like there were a lot of games with big targeting calls, and a lot of them just seemed very borderline. And even yeah, even if someone targets, like I do wish there was targeting one and targeting two. Obviously, not a new idea with me, but save the ejections for ones that actually appear to be purposeful, like with some intent behind them. That was absolutely not what happened here with Micah McFadden. Yeah, like you said, Indiana, they seemed to be in control of the game at that point. That was actually on a big third down stop. Indiana was about to get the ball back, and then with the automatic first down, Cincinnati went and marched down the field and got a touchdown. But yeah, big game here for Cincinnati. They started off slow, but they did what they had to do, um, and it looks really good in the record book. A 14-point win over a solid Indiana team. Yeah, I think we'll probably 2 weeks from now is the bigger one for them for sure when they play Notre Dame. They have a bye week before then, just like most of the teams in Notre Dame's schedule, literally. um, but yeah, so props to Cincinnati. It was a fairly electric environment for the beginning stages of the game for sure, but they persevered, ended up putting up 38 points on a good defense, so props to them. Any more thoughts on that game?
I think maybe just a little bit unimpressed with Cincinnati's just physicality. I think when you think of Cincinnati, Luke Fickle, the whole mindset there was we're going to be physical, we're going to be able to run the ball, we're going to be able to stop the run, and they really just did a poor job, kind of at all of it. Really, they were by far the second most physical team on the field all day. And just to really, Indiana's not known as a team that's just going to punch you in the mouth, really, and they really had no answers. Desmond Ritter was okay. Definitely not a performance that we think of when I mean, he's a dark horse Heisman candidate at this point, and this was not it. This is their second biggest game of the regular season, and this was not it from Desmond Ritter. So, like you said, the big test comes when they play Notre Dame. That we are aware of this. He's going to have to be much better for them to have any chance of beating Notre Dame. I think he can be. I think he progressed in the second half. It wasn't as bad as his first half was, but it wasn't smooth. There were a lot of missed easy throws. Like it felt like there was a lot of throws that were just off, like just off target, where it wasn't a hard throw. I think for that's what I think popped to me the most, just the lack of physicality for Cincinnati, and then Desmond Ritter just not being in rhythm, like maybe I expected him to be.
Yeah. Also, if you're Indiana, you got to be really concerned about Michael Penix. Just has not looked sharp yet this year. And today was another example, just missing guys by a little bit, overthrowing some players, threw a bad interception in the end zone. Just not quite playing like he did most of last year, and how like he's capable of. So if Indiana really wants to reach their goals for this year, he's going to have to play a little bit better, and the team as a whole. Ty Freifogel didn't give him a whole lot either. Last year, he was just a big play machine. So I'm interested to see if Indiana can get kind of their passing attack a little bit more back on track. It's been rough going this year so far.